I am going to do a repurposed pickle juice. So I already started part of it, so you don't have to watch it all. But we like to do cucumbers and red onion. So there's fresh cucumbers, red onion. I like to use the crystal wave bowl because I'm going to be putting hot fluid in here. You can also use the that's a bowl. So I have some red onion left to slice, but what you do is most of us have the leftover juice, so I'll go on to the recipe. So with this, I take pickling vinegar and I use 2/3 of a cup. Now this is stuff that I'll do at an in-house because it's quick and easy to do. We've used up these pickles and making a vegetable tray and pickles and cheese tray. Now this is for the men in my life and they like spicy. So I am going to take 1 tablespoon of hot chili peppers and put it in the jar. This is all going to get reheated so that you reactivate the pickling vinegar and then you can make your own hot. If you wanted to make this sugary dill pickle, you could use brown sugar or honey, whichever one you prefer. I put it right in the jar. So I am just going to, because like I said, I had started another batch. All I did was heat that up in our pot. And I find with the lid on, your house doesn't get all stinky. So all you have to do is dump that in, and then we're going to use the tongs and stir it around. And I can do 2 batches in no time at all because while we're finishing stirring up that, this one will heat up and I can do a second batch. So what I have been incorporating in parties is talking about the 2 that are on sale. Taking a jar of pickle juice and making 2 different styles, saving money. And I am finding that lots of people, especially my senior citizens, are liking this idea because some of them really like their pickles. And we love pickles in our house. So do asparagus, beans, you can do cauliflower, broccoli. It's whatever you desire. The little baby onions, all of
Onions,
it.
yeah.
Everything you can repurpose this, and your sweet pickles, you can do the same. You just reactivate with either some brown sugar or honey. My mom used Splenda for my dad, or the stevia, like whatever works in
Mm-hmm.
your situation. But you can repurpose that several times. And then what we do, ladies, is once it's been pickled out, so to say, we mix the leftover juices into summer Caesars because if it's spicy, there's lots of people out there that like a spicy Caesar. So when you're wanting to refresh this, just some Caesars. That's how we like it. Is there any other questions?
You
I
don't
try not to
boil it?
put salt. This did boil, this batch. So once this comes to room temperature, I'll put this batch into our Piccadilly because you want it to come down to room temperature. So what's happening right now is that's really hot, but they turn out incredible. And as quick as we eat them up, this is a cheaper method for us than constantly running and buying a jar. Now I do my own canning, but it's this time of year that my own canned stuff is gone. So this is what it's looking like. So you can see they're getting flimsy. I'm just going to pick one up. It's starting to get a little flimsy, but it's taking the juices in.
Okay.
And it's at a number 2 straight blade. Now when I do carrots, I still like to stay at the number 2, but I use our julienne blade or our French fry blade of the mandolin. So then it's like pickled sticks. It just makes it go a little quicker for me.
Good. We have a question from Rochelle in the chat for you. She says, so you don't need to boil the veggie first, just the liquid.
No, because this is what's called a refrigerator cucumber. So once this is came to room temperature and you put your Piccadilly in the fridge and it's completely cooled, you'll still get that crunch. Now, if we were trying to actually preserve this in a mason jar or this style of jar, because you can repurpose this style of jar, that is when you would want to bring everything to a boil. But certain pickles, even dill pickles, you're putting that cucumber in here raw, and it is your actual broth, that which is called a brine, that makes your cucumber go crunchy. So when you are actually doing a full dill pickle, you're not boiling that cucumber. You shove it in your jar or your container, and you put the boiling water on it, like a boiling brine.
But it's nice because you keep all the vitamin in. When you boil before and you drop the water with the vitamin in the sink, you lose
Yeah,
all your good stuff from your veggies.
all
So
the
that's a great thing.
nutrients.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the nutrients go away. But this way is you could make a whole container and then you could seal it up because it's vinegar. You could like make a whole bunch of these. Like we have these two sizes and then we have two of the bigger sizes. So right now the bigger one, we have one that says hot because that's for the guys. And then we have one that says sweet for myself. This is going to be our hot and our mild because this is going to be for both of us. This is my mild, and the one that's heating up right now, as soon as I smell those red chili peppers, then I know that I'll be ready to pour those ones over as well.
So you boil for a couple of minutes your broth.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll come to like a rolling bubble. I did try with my camera to see if I took the lid off, if you would be able to see, but you can't because there's too much steam. On our pot, you will actually see the steam come up, and it's like right when it starts to drip that steam back down, you're at a rolling boil. Thank you.